Moyo, the bomber, taking on Vandam Mbuyi. This one should be a clash of the Titans.
Fight!
Freddie Fassan gets us started. Round number 1 here at EFC 46. Unleash the power of the bear with Bear Claw Energy.
Light on his feet early on is Moyo. Nice little jab that he pushed through. Pumps the double jab.
We know about the boxing skills. He can utilize that jab, and he's not giving up much reach to Mbuyi.
You'd think he'd be giving up more reach in this fight, but he really is only a couple of centimeters. But also he does have the ability to get on the inside quite quickly. And again, very, very light on his feet is Elvis Moyo, lightning fast with his hands.
Vandam Mbuyi catching a few big punches to the noggin. The bomber is throwing the artillery here.
Good head movement by Elvis Moyo as well, and a rarely spotted kick by the heavyweight boxing champion.
What is the strategy for Vandam Mbuyi? Certainly it's not just to hang around and try to throw here with Moyo.
At the moment he seems quite comfortable, but you'd think that he would have the upper hand when it goes to the ground, and he'd want to look to shoot for a takedown somewhere along the way, but also he backs himself. He knows he's got knockout power of his own.
Split second can change it all, and there goes the mouthpiece.
Referee calls timeout, and
Go!
Right back to it. Vandam Mbuyi loses the mouthpiece.
nice little jab. Mbuyi trying to come over the top, but Moyo is dictating the distance ever so gently between the two of them. Nice shot to the body.
Very aggressive
Moyo.
though, Moyo.
Nice left that he catches him right on the jaw as he came forward. Good counter striking by Elvis Moyo.
He's definitely delivering on the aggression, pushing forward, and being the aggressor in this fight, and that's what we said he needed to do. That's when he's going to be more effective.
Good combination by Elvis Moyo. He's really turning it up here early in the first round. Nice right hand again. Elvis Moyo is picking Vandam Mbuyi apart at the moment.
He's trying to close the distance, Dirk, but when he does, Moyo is answering with some big, powerful punches.
Great left again by Elvis Moyo.
Those are small gloves and heavy hands. Vandam Mbuyi, as big as he is, he can only take so many of those.
It seems like as time is passing and Moyo is just getting more and more comfortable with the range. And like you said, Cyrus, he's coming forward more. He's not just standing back looking to counter-strike. Throws another kick. Good head movement, and he's really figured out the distance between himself and Vandam Mbuyi. That being said, Vandam lands a good right hand and a good jab.
Nice right hand there by Mbuyi. Not going away easy. Still very much in this fight in round number 1. We have ourselves a bit of a boxing match here. I believe he's already felt the heat from Elvis Moyo.
Mbuyi's standing with his mouth very open at the moment. It's always dangerous for the guy with this sort of punching power. He hits the jaw.
And he doesn't keep his hands up very well either. That's not ever a good formula against a guy like Elvis Moyo.
How quick is that jab? And he finds its mark every time it comes through. Moyo changes stances to southpaw, might look for a big kick here.
All it takes is one, Dirk. Both men possess that heavy, heavy power.
Changes back to orthodox again. Nice double jab by Moyo again. Vandam seems to be struggling a little bit with that mouthpiece of his. The second or third time that he's grabbed at it. He's going to have to bite down on that thing with the way Moyo is coming at him with those punches.
Elvis Moyo with a good victory. He's going to be right there in the rankings when you talk about a division that it just tends to be a little bit shallow. Elvis Moyo can rise up there to that top 5 very easily with this victory.
Absolutely. He had 3 or 4 in the bag before that loss, 3 in the bag rather, before that loss to Tomasz Kowalkowski. And so far he's been looking very comfortable, unhindered here by Elvis Moyo early on. first round nearly in the bag.
Well, I'll tell you, once he gets, if he gets past Vandam, I definitely don't want to look past. But if he does, it's going to be a whole nother step of contender.
Combination by Moyo. And this is normally when he turns it up as the last couple of seconds in the round. Big right hand, doesn't find the mark. Short left hand does, though. Interesting round, certainly at 10-9 for Elvis Moyo. Not tons of action, but he did land a couple of good jabs, a couple of good counter strikes. Nothing that's going to knock Vandam Mbuyi out. Just so far a very good technical boxing bout.
Yeah, not overcommitting, not leaving himself open to mistakes. You see the GNC corner cam official nutrition partner of the EFC getting his instructions, listening closely. He wants him to be very aggressive, wants him to finish this fight, Dirk.
Yeah, absolutely. Could see big instructions coming from the guys in his corner. They certainly, they want him to turn it up here in the second round.
Vandam Mbuyi obviously sucking a lot of wind here going into round number 2. It's something we kind of expect out of the bigger guys, but against a guy like Moyo who does have that stamina, that's going to be a big problem going into this second round.
And he's done it so many times before. He has gone the distance inside the hexagon, where Vandam Mbuyi relies a lot on the strength in that first round. He's finished a lot of his opponents in the first round.
Ready? Ready? Fight!
And round number 2, here we go. First time we made it to round 2 here at EFC 46. Release your inner grizzly with Bear Claw Energy. Getting this started.
Trying to double jab is Elvis Moyo, and Vandam is backing up a lot. And if you could see Moyo maybe cutting off the angle that Mbuyi is working with here, just step a little bit more to his right and then work off of there. Again, that mouthpiece, that is going to be a big problem.
No, and just trying to adjust it right there, he took a big shot from Elvis Moyo.
It's something that's so often overlooked in MMA, the importance of a good mouthpiece that's preferably actually been done, molded to your mouth by a dentist. Because that's the last thing you want in your mind, is to be worrying about your mouthpiece when a guy's throwing leather at your face.
A guy like that, especially a guy like Elvis Moyo.
Especially a guy like Elvis Moyo. So it certainly doesn't look like he's quite comfortable with it, and that's a big disadvantage for Vandam Mbuyi.
100%.
Elvis Moyo trades 3 big punches, didn't really find the mark. And Mbuyi
still moving well, though. Still moving around, still.
Yeah, he's not going away.
Around the ring.
Certainly not going away by any stretch. Nice right hand by Moyo, finds the mark. That left jab, a lot of power behind it. We haven't really seen a lot of body shots from Moyo, and as I say that, he throws one to the body.
Back against the wall here as Vandam Mbuyi, literally and figuratively, he needs to get a victory. 3 losses in a row. He needs to make a good impression.
Moyo's still doing well. He's not taking any punches here. Big swing and a miss to the body. He has to just get into the pocket when he's trying to land those body shots. But of course, you always need to be wary of the power of a guy like Vandam Mbuyi.
Picking him apart, jab after jab. Elvis Moyo seems to have all the answers for Vandam Mbuyi.
Big left hook finds the mark. And now Mbuyi comes back with a combination of his own.
What a shot by the bomber.
And again, oh!
And he's done. He
Referee
is
calls
finished.
the fight. Elvis Moyo, one big punch.
Elvis is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. How about that finish? The
great
bomber.
And a great show of respect by the 2 men afterwards, but a fight-ending one-punch knockout by Elvis Moyo. He's been looking for it and looking for it all night. Crazy power, Cyrus.
That could be a candidate for knockout of the year right there, Dirk Steenekamp.
Absolutely.
A beautiful shot by Elvis Moyo. And he's back to his winning ways. What could be next for Moyo? Who is Graham Carbo going to hook him up with next?
Was that right hand on the money? That was it. Mbuyi looks up at the referee and says he's had enough of this.
Beautiful
Big
combination.
Right hand. And the speed that he managed to come through straight with that right hand. Big shot by Elvis Moyo.
The third KO of his career. Contrary to popular belief, Elvis is not dead. He's still alive, and he's here in South Africa doing work. Let's set it up to Shane the Duke Wellington.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Ferdy Basson has called a stop to this contest. 2 minutes and 23 seconds into round number 2, declaring the winner by TKO, Elvis the Bomber Moyo.